Kaiju, turtles, Dragon Ball, and more. It's Steven's Toy Reviews.
Hey there, Collector Steven here, and I'm back with another Marvel Legends review, where today we're going to be taking a look at the ToyBiz 20th Anniversary Tribute Captain America. Not necessarily a one-for-one recreation of the figure, but it's going to be a nice tribute with the nice packaging and the nice accessories, a little bit higher price point, but it's going to be a figure of your dreams. So, Hasbro decided to release in Wave 1 4 figures for a tribute to old school ToyBiz releases. However, they only released 3 figures up front, and they will be releasing the 4th figure later. Makes sense, but they're not doing a Wave 2. Gotcha. Anyway, Captain America is going to be the first one we're going to be taking a look at here on the channel, and guess what? First is first. He's going to be the best of the ones released so far, and then after here, we're going to slowly go downhill. Yep. I kind of already gave you a little bit of a spoiler. Cap is very good, but what makes him so good? Is it going to be the clearly but also very slyly reuse of parts, or is it going to be the awesome amount of accessories that he comes with? Well, let's take a look to see whether or not he's going to be worth adding into your collection. Kind of like I'm going to talk about in the articulation section, I record everything sort of out of place. I do things out of order. This is pretty much going to be my first true-to-form Captain America Marvel Legends. I have the Venomized cap, I have the Zombie cap, but I don't really have a more so vanilla cap. So whatever's going to be reused kind of looks like some parts are. When I'm taking a look at the 80th anniversary cap online, things kind of look familiar here on this one. To be honest with you, here looks very, very good. We have a nice bright coloration scheme for Captain America, and I think that all of the sculpted details really pop on this guy. One of the things that didn't really catch my eye in the promotional pictures, but completely stuck out to me in hand, in a good way, it was very, very nice, is that he almost has a bit of a cell shaded look, a comic style, if you will. And that is mostly going to be found on the red. Most notably, you can clearly see this clear as day on his abdomen, where he's going to have a little bit of a darker streak of red compared to the brighter red that he's going to have. And I think it looks really awesome, especially when you have it in hand. Of course, being a $30 or so figure, he's going to be a little bit north of that once you factor in fees, taxes, shipping, etc., etc. I think that he looks rather rock solid considering prices are going up everywhere. Quality control is rather nice and tight. A couple of stray streaks here and there. Masking isn't 100% perfect, but it's what you're going to have. They do also use the dot matrix printing effect for the different facial parts for not only this head sculpt of Cap, but also for the not masked head sculpt, which we will be taking a look in the accessory section. So all in all, I do think that this figure does look rather solid for a Marvel Legends figure. Good job. The only other Marvel Legends Captain America that I have is going to be the Venomized cap. So with that in mind, I don't really in hand have a great barometer for other Captain America figures. However, I do have other Marvel Legends figures ranging back from quite a few years ago up until now. And I can say that compared to his contemporaries from most recent releases, I would have to say he's rather on par. So for older Captain America figures, unfortunately, I can't give you the best comparison. But if you are a current collector of the line, I have to say he's rather on par with what you're going to be getting. So it is rather good. What do we have? Well, as you're able to kind of sort of see right off the bat, head is going to plug in on a ball joint, and then the neck is going to have a hinge. So this way you can see what we have there working. Look up about that far, down that far, spin all the way around. And interestingly enough, there's a little bit of a give. So this way you can kind of push his head all the way back like that, and you can push it just a little bit forward on the joint. So, you know, you can do a Night at the Roxbury, something like that. Anyway, shoulders, swivels, and hinges. So we can T-pose on anyone who is going to attack America. Bicep swivels, obviously standard. Double hinge elbows. They do feel, I don't want to say gummy, but stuck at some points. So it is something to keep in mind. You don't just go wah, wham, because as you can kind of see there is just a dry test run. One hinge move, both move. Be gentle. All the hands are going to feature pegs, so they swivel around, and hinges, so this way they move in and out. There's not going to be any hinges that move up and down on this particular release. Ab Crunch, which I thought was a ball joint in package. Hinge. From neutral. 1. Half. Back. 1. That's it. Waist swivel, which clicks. But we get a full spin, so that's fine. Hips. Ball joint. Ooh, that's about as far out. Forward and back because we have America's booty there. Thigh swivels. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Double hinge knees. Very good. Boot cut. Ankle hinges forward and back and rocker. So America is well protected with Cap here. No issues whatsoever. If you like your range of movement, Captain America pretty much has it. Just got to give him a little bit of love, and you can get him into pretty much any pose you would like. Let's put him in, I don't know. What kind of pose do we want to put America's booty in here, huh? Some kind of defensive pose without his shield? Something. I don't know. Yeah, that's fun. He's good. I like to fiddle around with him. It's a good figure. It's my favorite part. We're going to talk about accessories here today. And what do we get? Well, like I made mention before, we do get the unmasked head sculpt with a little bit of a collar that's meant to reflect him pulling off his mask. We're going to get some alternate hand parts, which is really cool. We're going to get the shield, which comes with an array of accessories, which is a little bit of a hot button issue. We're going to get a little bit of a display base, which is pretty neat. And we're going to get a display card, which here, I can't show you the back of it, but don't worry, we'll take a look at that in just a second. So we do get the unmasked head sculpt, like I said, and like I referenced earlier in the video, the dot matrix printing that they do use for the facial details looks really cool. Rather straightforward, not really expressive face, but honestly, this more so vanilla, stern look for Captain America is just fine. Really good. This is fine. This is what we need. We don't need a whole lot of bells and whistles, especially when we have all the other neat accessories we're going to be taking a look at. I appreciate this. Now, one accessory I think we could have done without, maybe trading it for something else, which we'll take a look at in just a second, is we do have the, I guess you might call it the hood that's meant to be him pulling his mask back. You know, you can see the little wingies there. This just kind of floats around, and that goes around his neck. Maybe if you use some blue tack, you can hold it in place. I don't know. It's kind of bothersome personally, but I mean, hey, you know, you do you. If you like it, great. If you don't, just don't put it on there to begin with, I guess. Yeah, it is what it is. All right, so his shield. This is the big point of contention in the collector community because we are going to get a shield and we are going to get some various effect parts. We are going to get an electroshock piece that can equip onto the shield. We are going to get a sort of slash effect part that does go onto the shield. And we are going to get what looks to be, I guess you may say, 3 bullet ricochets that go onto the shield. Now, the actual holes in the shield, this is the point that a lot of folks are upset with. The actual holes in the shield, they are shaped differently. So whenever you're putting in those bullet reflections or whatever you want to call them, those are going to need to go in a specific order. So do keep that in mind. Also, same thing goes for that slash effect and the electricity effect. Now, with that being said, those holes are going to be there no matter what. They didn't include anything to give the shield a more so plain vanilla look. That's always going to be there if you do not have one of those effect parts plugged in. Bit of a pain. So if you're like me and you don't have another Captain America that has a similar looking shield, you are SOL, folks. Yeah, it's pretty much a bummer. Now, this shield is going to clip onto his forearm, usually just around the wrist. That's where you should do it to avoid breakage. But there is also going to be a peg on the shield, which does go onto his back with little to no problem whatsoever. Captain America is also going to come with a few different hand parts, and those are rather easy to use, and he is going to come with some splayed hand parts, which is great, left and right hands. Nice, awesome, exactly what we need. Captain America is going to come with a left hand part, so this way he can point. He's pointing at an unknown object, just like Diddy Kong. And then he's going to come with a right hand part that's more so chopping, and he can do the Specium Ray. Cool. Like it. Or he can salute, whatever you would prefer your Captain America to do. Now, let's go ahead and talk about that little stand there, that little support base with the diorama effect part to it. Yeah, so for all of the ToyBiz Tribute figures, we are going to get a little sheet of cardboard that on one side, I'm going to go ahead and assume is going to be a tribute to a comic cover. in the character's history. The other side is going to be a sort of kind of not really battle scene. I wouldn't say it's like that for Tony Stark's release, but c'est la vie. It's meant to be more so a diorama scene for the character, and you can display them however you would please. So if you are interested in getting 600 DPI scans of them, here are obviously going to be those in a 4K video, which that's nice. But if you'd like access to those raw scans, I do have them up on my Patreon. So if you're interested in that, head on over there. Anyway, here's what they look like, and here is how you implement them. There's a little slit on the black base that you just have to put the piece of cardboard in, and that's pretty much it. You are good to go. Yeah, Captain America's depicts a battle scene, which is pretty nice for his diorama theme. And then for his comic book cover, it's Captain America, which, oh boy, that is a face only a mother could love, busting through a newspaper. Pretty nice imagery there, which we probably couldn't get away with today. Now, something I do want to walk back a little bit that I probably should have covered at the beginning, but I like saving it for the end, the packaging. So all of the ToyBiz tribute figures do come in a nice carded style backing, and it's actually really cool everything that we get here. So we do get the nice little symbol up front, you know, Captain America 20 da 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 da. Nice, scan that for you again up on the Patreon, but here's going to be the front of the card, pretty much interchangeable with all the other releases, and here's going to be the back of the card as well. Honestly, these are worth keeping, even if you're not an MOC collector. You can just put these in a drawer, and if you are looking to resell, hey, you can keep these with them. Or if not, you can actually just put these up on the shelf with the figure and turn the card back around. I think these are a real nice addition, and kudos to Hasbro for including them. Whew. All right, so not really a super duper whole heck of a lot, but Captain America is packed with accessories. The only real sort of critique here is they did not include anything to plug up those holes in the shield when you're not using an effect part, which is pretty bogus, I think. But other than that, I think Captain America pretty much comes with everything you might need. Yeah, I'm kind of stumped. Only one legitimate criticism. Anyway, if you need effect parts or support stands, which the Marvel Legends base that we do get here is nice, but you probably want Captain America to maybe do some jumping stuff, right? Yeah, I thought so. You know, I got videos to help you out. And if for some reason I forgot to put a card to direct you, just head on over to my channel. I got, you know, a couple videos that have got tens of thousands of views. I'm sure you've seen them before. And to round things out for the review, here's going to be a size comparison with some other rather popular Marvel Legends figures that were just recently released, not only just because I think they go well together, but to save me time on some reviews. Of course, we do have the ToyBiz tribute figures here, along with a newly released Doctor Strange that kind of blends in well with them. So I think a lot of collectors are going to want to see these together in a group. So yeah, for a size comparison, I think this is rather rock solid, and I think that they all blend in rather well. All right, buy now, skip, or wait for a deal. The paint applications on this guy are really nice and rock solid for a Marvel Legends release. The articulation, again, I don't have a whole bunch of other Captain America figures in the ML format, but he moves just fine enough for a Captain America. The accessories are amazing, though the biggest oversight that they did was not include parts to plug up those holes when you are not using an effect part with the shield. Overall, I think this is a solid release and is one of the best Marvel Legends figures that I have had as of recent, and I think of the 3 ToyBiz tribute releases so far, this is going to be the best. What comes in second and what comes in third? You're going to have to wait for those videos to come out to find out. So if you're kind of on the fence, this figure is definitely one to pick up now before the inevitable price skyrockets. And I do believe that it will.
Well, collectors, that brings us to the end of the video today, and I just wanted to take a second to thank you so much for watching. Now, you've heard a lot from me. I'd like to hear a little bit from you. Drop in the comments down below whether or not you liked it, you hated it, or maybe you were somewhere in between. I also want to take an extra second here for a nice, humongous thank you to all the patrons for SDR over the last month who have really helped the channel grow into what it can be today. So to all of you, 2 big thumbs up. Thank you very much. And now the end card should be popping up, which will give you a few clickable links, like maybe to subscribe or head on over to my Patreon, or some short URLs like to my social media or to my Teespring store. There's also a video I hand selected for you, so if you want to watch another STR video, I hand selected some good content for you to watch, so definitely check out that video. Thank you again so much for watching, and I'll catch ya in the next video.